Hi, I'm Tanya with Crafting Cousins Creations. Tonight I'm going to show you how to print onto tissue paper. So I don't have any fancy really printer or anything like that. I mean, it's just a photo printer that is an HP NV 4520 is the actual model number. And so what I'm going to be doing is I will go ahead and I will get this taped, and then well, what I will do actually is I will get one starting to print out because I have some I already have taped up. While that's printing, I will show you how you tape it. And then that way we're kind of getting two things done at once and not having to have like a super long video. Okay, so I just basically took this tissue paper and made it small enough to, I'm sure I have enough paper in really quick. I was going to do 2 pages, so get this other one in here really quick. There we go. Okay, so you're going to take the regular piece of paper, you're going to take your tissue paper, and you're going to cut it to where it's maybe about 1 inch bigger. Let me go ahead and get this printing first. Okay, that is printing. So what you're going to do is you're going to take and you're going to start on the long edges. You're going to make sure that the paper is in the middle and that you have enough room on each side to fold your tissue paper over. Now, the amount of tape you put on just depends on your comfort. If you've never printed tissue paper in your printer before, you may want to put a little extra tape, but none that are like overlapping to where it's too thick. If your printer has a habit of having a lot of paper jams, then at that point I would suggest taping it a lot better. And making sure that no ends are, possibly able to get stuck on something, because that may there cause an issue. And you're just going to go ahead and tape. I don't worry about getting all the way to the edge here, just only the length of the actual paper itself. When you get to the end, you can stop. Take your paper, turn it. I'm going to have mine at an angle here just so I have room. You're going to take it and you're going to fold it as like a present. And make sure that you're not bending your actual paper. So get that part bent. Then you're going to fold it up and over. Again, making sure that you're not bending the paper at all. Now, if you happen to do a long piece or like a long strips of at the ends, like if you have your paper too long, I would suggest putting a piece like this, if that is the case, which mine isn't really, so, but I had it there already, so I just went ahead and stuck it. Just so that you make sure that anything like that isn't going to potentially get stuck on the side. So we're going to go ahead and do the same and put that up. Get those edges down. Go for there. And the middle. And then you have it all taped. After you get it taped, you're going to take it, and if it's a bottom load one, then what it's going to do is it's going to go with the tape facing upward, because when it goes in your printer, it's going to go up like this, and it's going to bend over, and it's going to come back out this way. So therefore, you need it to where the tape is facing up. Otherwise, if you have it the other way, it's going to paint on, or paint. It's going to print on the actual tape side. If it's a top loading one, you're going to have to check. Depending on how it pulls it through, you're just going to have to test it out and see. The easiest way to test it would be to take a plain piece of paper, write an X on it, pay attention, or maybe not just an X, maybe write face up if you do it that way, or however you want to mark it so you know what way you put it in. And then print something. Doesn't matter what it is. It could be anything. It could just be one line, one letter, anything. Print it, and then you'll see, did it print on the correct side or not. If not, then you know to flip it over the other way. Now, I did a winter one. This one here pretty much did the whole page almost. So, I mean, honestly, if you wanted to save the paper and try to save it, I mean, you could potentially if you have like one of these weeding tools, but depending on the tape, like I peeled this off and it peeled some of the paper, so it's going to peel some of the paper, so you may end up damaging the paper too much to where it's going to cause issues when you try to retape over it. It just depends. I don't feel it's that big of a deal for me to waste that paper. Plus, sometimes when it prints, it will bleed through the tissue paper because it is so thin. And that being said, when it tears through that or bleeds through that, then you end up with marks on your paper anyways. So I wouldn't suggest doing on anything thick, because if you do, you're just wasting a good piece of cardstock for something that you're just going to toss in the trash. And so for this one here, I'm just going to cut along the line of my paper. I find it easier to cut something out while it's still attached to the computer paper anyways. It just gives you something sturdier to hold on to than if you are just trying to cut a piece of tissue paper by itself. Now, you can use any colored tissue paper. You can use If you wanted to take a piece of red paper with candy canes on it for Christmas and print a saying on it, or type something up, a saying, or a like letter to Santa, or whatever it is. If you have like sheet music on your computer and you want to print it off on a design, if you have tissue paper, then go ahead and use that. Print it on that. Anything like that works. The options are limitless when you're dealing with tissue paper. You could do anything. So I'm going to leave it on this for the time being while I'm showing you, just because it's going to be too see-through maybe for the camera, because this will eventually be on something. So like if I were to take it off of it, you can see it still, I guess. That's what you get. But you can see the actual print better, the music, sheet music, better when I have the back paper on. And so basically, I usually leave this attached until I'm going to get ready to use it, just so that it's easier to keep track of. But honestly, you don't have to. You can cut them out ahead of time and save them that way if you want. Not a big deal. But you can do multiple ones per page, whatever you want to do. But that is basically how you do that. They have tissue paper that has leaves on it, so you could do not this, because that would look weird. But I don't know. If you had florals and wanted to print it out on tissue paper that have greenery already on it, you could do that. If you wanted to print out someone's picture with that behind it, you could. I wouldn't suggest a dark one, because I tried that a bit ago and it didn't work. It's just going to be one of those things that's just trial and error. You don't know until you try. It's basically one of those types of things. But there are so many options out there, so definitely don't think, how do I always say this? Don't mark something off just because you think, oh, this might not work. Try it. You don't know, it might work. It never hurts to give something a try at least once. Because, hey, that might be the best thing you found out how to do. You never know. If you don't have tissue paper, or if you are the type of person who saves your napkin plies, you can also tape napkin plies to these. So that's another option. Anything like that, you can tape to it and use it. So definitely keep that in mind. Other than that, that's all I have. This was just going to be one of the quicker ones. It didn't really turn out that much quicker. Well, it kind of did. I mean, I did this in a live and it turned out a lot longer because I actually did a craft with it. But you will probably be able to do this quicker than I am because of my hands. So it may not take you nearly as long. What I usually tend to do is I will sit there when I'm watching TV and I will just do a bunch of these. And I have them already done up, so I don't have to do it before I craft. That's the easiest way I find to do it. You can get quite a few done when you're watching TV or something. So keep that in mind. If you guys have any suggestions, any quick videos that you would like, you can go ahead and you can put them in the comments of this video. You can send it to me privately, whatever you want. Also, feel free to post it in any of the comments of any of my videos, and I go over them, so I'm happy to, do any other quick videos. As long as it's something I know how to do, I'm happy to do it. Even if I don't know how to do it, hey, it might be something that I want to try, and then I'm happy to do it in a video as well. So definitely keep that in mind, and I hope you all enjoy the rest of your evening.